G'day YouTube, 1MJ here and welcome back. Well, the bloodbath has finally come. But is it as bad as what most people think? Well, in the last sort of 24 hours, yep, we've taken a hit. But look, you need to have a look at some of these numbers. Ethereum, still up 11% over 7 days. Bitcoin still up 3% over 7 days. So there are coins that are still faring okay. It's just they've taken back a lot of the gains that have happened. Look, 34,000, it's only really sort of $6,000 down from its sort of top of roughly 40,000. Again, give or take, $1,000 or $2,000. Round it up to 42 if you want and say, all right, that's $8,000. You can't have the crazy gains that we've had without some steep pullbacks. Now, what we also need to keep in mind is this may not be the end of it. There could be more to come, but I think this is probably just a weekend sell-off. And it's going to be Monday morning very shortly over in the States. Everything's going to start off again and it'll likely go up. We got the stimulus coming. There's still plenty of companies that are bullish on Bitcoin and want to get in, although this may have put the brakes on some of them. If they've done their research, they'll understand that this is just normal. These corrections happen. This has only been, about an 18% sort of loss. It's not that big. It could get worse. But again, it's not the end. So, for anyone who's new, relax, take a big deep breath, don't panic, prepare yourself for this to go lower. It could go down to $24,000. That is absolutely possible. I think it's unlikely, but it's something we need to keep in our mind. And if it did go back to sort of $24,000, that's just a standard correction for Bitcoin in a bull run. That's what it does. It has 50% retracements. From 42 down to 24,000, it's a little bit less than 50% retracement, but that's just stock standard. And then it slowly finds its way back up. So, yes, anyone who's new, please don't panic. Just understand this is what Bitcoin does. It's completely normal. You were just unlucky. Maybe you got in the last 7 days and, we're riding these big, massive pumps and then a big, heavy correction. Not the end of the world. All right, gas prices. So there must have been, people going absolutely crazy on Uniswap, most likely, and that's possibly what they're doing now, trying to buy all their favorite projects at sort of cheap prices. Ethereum, 13%, so it is rising ever so slowly, and Bitcoin dominance is slowly dropping, although that may change in the not too distant future. Now, this was $962 billion when I was looking at it only maybe 20 minutes ago. So it has dropped substantially and quite substantially from that $1 trillion mark. Look, again, this is just a stock standard correction. It's nothing to worry about. And again, prepare yourself. It could go lower. This could go down to 24,000. Bitcoin could. I don't think it will. I think the buy pressure would be too much. MicroStrategy and other people would probably, automatically jump in at, I don't know, whatever price they might get into. But, I don't think PayPal's stopped buying. I don't think Square Cash App has stopped buying. I don't think Grayscale has stopped buying, to be honest. I think they're even still buying. This is just all the people who are really longing the price. And look, anyone who's shorted Bitcoin at the moment would be absolutely laughing. They've probably had a great percentage gain from that, but most people are longing in a bull market. And again, I don't leverage trade. That's generally the smarter thing to do, though, is long in the long run, and you do way better. And look, when it goes the other way, as long as you got your stop losses sorted, then you should be fine. All right, let's have a look. Were there any gainers? That'll be interesting. In the last 24 hours, has anything managed to make a gain? Well, there has. There you go. Zcash Horizon. So up 14%, although starting to pull back now. But really not too many gainers whatsoever, and then just losses. But all right, here's going to be the scary part. What had the worst loss? At least in the top 100. I reckon this is probably going to be pretty spectacular. Nah, not as bad as what I thought. 33%, but again, still up 12% in the last 7 days. Same with Maker. Maker was on a screaming run there, so it's up 93% over 7 days, but it is down 30% in the last 24 hours. Look, most things are going to be like this. There we go. XRP come back down to much lower prices. Stellar, Yeah. What do? Still up though. Like, I mean, look at Stellar. It's pulled back 23%. It's still up 81% in the last 7 days. And look, if you went over the last 14 days, it's probably still up even more substantially. So this is what happens. Now, something that we need to keep in mind, 935, let's have a look and see if it's dropped down any further. 935 billion. Oh, it's gone up a little bit. There you go. People are already starting to buy up the dip. Now, I was at work earlier today, and I just randomly checked my phone. I didn't even have any notifications or anything. And Bitcoin was $33,000. And I was like, oh, you have to be kidding me. Of course, I'm going to be at work and not able to take advantage of the dip. I got home and I got into Bitcoin at $34,000. So there's something I want to keep in mind for, when you're sort of playing these markets. And even as an investor, and it's this tweet here, cash may be trash, but if you don't have any, you can't buy the Bitcoin dip or whatever dip, whatever coin you're into. That's why I took profits for moments like this, and I still have some cash on the side should we go down more. I hope you're all able to do the same. Now, I don't like cash. I'm not saying, you should have a whole lot of cash, but if something's doubled in price, it might be a good idea to get, and again, not so much double, you do your own research whether you want to do that or how you're doing it, but take some profits. I did take some profits. I took profits about, it would have been nearly 5 days ago. And look, things just kept mooning after that. Even I was like, oh, did I jump in too soon? Have I made the wrong decision? Should I just have held for later? No, turns out I made the right decision. Now, with the cash that I had, I deployed half of it into Bitcoin straight away. I've still got half my cash sitting on the sidelines in case we go lower, because we may go lower. I don't know if this is the top, the bottom, or whether this again is going to go down to 24,000. What I'm going to do is, should this go lower again, let's say it gets down to, 27,000. There's some support there, and we'll have a look at that. If it gets down to 27,000, I'm going to put half my cash into Bitcoin again. If it goes down lower again, say to $24,000, I'm going to put half my cash in again. That's what I'm going to keep doing. Just keep putting half my cash and half my cash. Basically, I'll never be able to put it all back in. Because you just do half and half and half every time. So, again, I agree. Cash is trash, and I agree with that. I don't particularly like cash. But you can't really pay all your bills with cryptocurrencies at the moment. You can pay some, and we're leaning more towards those. But you can't buy a dip with cryptocurrencies unless it's Tether, and unless you got Tether USDC, and that's what I had. I had some USDC and just Australian dollars sitting on the sides. But if you don't have cash, cash is still the king. It still rules the world. You cannot buy the dip. Simple as that. So you work out your own strategy. None of what I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I have no experience in financial advising or any qualifications. I just have time in the cryptocurrency markets, and I've seen this before. I've experienced it before. So I had cash on the side, and I bought that dip. And if it just goes up from here, I'm still fine with having that cash on the side. It will stay there for the next time this happens, and I'll have likely increased my cash position. That's my strategy. You need to work out your own. All right, let's go over here and have a look lastly at the chart. So again, we were way up here, nearly $42,000. And now we're back down to sort of $34,000. And again, this could keep going. Really, we got a little bit of support here at the kind of 32,000 mark. So I don't know if we're going to go down there. So this might be an area to put in a sort of buy thing, maybe just a little bit higher, sort of here around $32,350 might be a good place for a buy order. Now again, I personally wouldn't be deploying all my cash. I've already deployed half of it. So if this looks like an area of support, and then after that, again, we get down here to around this $27,000 mark. So again, maybe just a little bit higher, sort of somewhere around here, 28,300. Whatever cash you have, again, not financial advice, put half of it into Bitcoin again, or your favorite crypto, whatever one you believe in. but still have some on the side. Because let's say Bitcoin goes down to here. Now, there's a lot of support at $24,000, a lot of whale activity, large buy orders, so I don't think it'll get down here. But if it did, just a little bit above it, so let's say $25,170. If it makes it down to there, have your buy order, another 50% of whatever cash you have, and so on and so on. Every time it drops down, if you believe in it, if you don't believe in it, then you're just going to get wrecked anyway, and you probably already are wrecked. You deploy half your cash at the next line of support. So again, that's down here now at 19,000, sort of $656. So I might go a little bit above because it might not quite get down there. So 20,000, 19,700. Deploy half of all my cash again, and I just keep rinse and repeating that process. That's how I do it. I don't know how you plan on doing it, and I don't know. I'm hoping you didn't panic. But let's have a look. What kind of retracement have we had so far? So we go roughly around here. Right, so there you go. We've had a 20% retracement, and it's kind of gone over about 2 or 3 days. So this might be a more sustained sort of dip, which will be good. Again, we'll have to wait and see. You know, none of the big companies really buying over the weekends. I mean, Coinbase can buy for them, but it's more a Monday to Friday thing where you see the big volume. Again, traditionally sell-offs over weekends, somewhere from sort of Monday is sort of, you know, again, if you're a bit of a trader, is technically the best time to buy Bitcoin. And then you sell it on Wednesday, because it will usually, and again, not always, it's not a sure, steadfast rule, but it'll sell off some stage over the weekend, and then you buy back when it pullbacks. It might not be on Monday. You just wait for that weekend retracement, because again, you can go back through here, and a lot of these are over weekends. Now, not all of them. Sometimes you just completely smash through them, and it just keeps going. So again, it's not a 100% steadfast rule, but generally, more times than not, if you buy Monday morning, sell on Wednesday, you'll be able to make a profit. But again, I'm not a trader. I do a bit of swing trading sort of here and there, but I'm not like a day trader or anything. That's just, it's too hard. And look, in a bull market, especially when things are going parabolic like over the last 7 days to sort of 2 weeks, it's easy to make those kind of trades. You just look for something that was down in the red, chuck your money in, and 2 days later it's gone back up. But whether it's outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that is then when it gets really technical and quite hard, because everyone likes to compare it to Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't the greatest mover, but believe it or not, other than the stable coins, it's the most stable out of all these volatile cryptocurrencies. Like again, we sort of go back here. Let's refresh. All right, so Bitcoin only went down 15%. Ethereum went down 18%. XRP went down 22%. Litecoin 22%. Bitcoin Cash 19%. These are all magnitudes basically, except for Binance Coin. It held. There will be the outliers. But basically Bitcoin went down the least. It goes up the least sort of in some points and goes down the least in the bear markets. So, if you're in a good coin, it will outperform Bitcoin. If you're in a shit coin, it won't. It's not going to go up by as much, and it's going to dump by even more. But the good alts generally go up by more than Bitcoin, but they crash by more than Bitcoin. And again, I'm hugely bullish on Ethereum, but you can have a look there. But again, see, it had bigger gains over that 7 days. So it all works out in the wash. All right, please click on the like button down below, click the subscribe and then the bell button. That way you get notifications of my daily content. There's not really a lot of news in the crypto space at the moment other than this dip. I really hope you are able to, take advantage of this dip. And we can see it's actually gone back up, so 947 billion, so gone up a couple of billion, and it could fluctuate around here. No one really knows exactly what it's going to do. Again, we could just rocket straight back up to $42,000 in 24 hours from here, or we could crash down to lower. All right, stay safe, be kind to one another. Let me know down below if you're able to buy that dip. Pretty hard to be on that gain train at the moment. I'd say most of us are hurting, but that's life unless you're shorted the market, and I'll see you next time.